Hey, what's going on, guys? Ryan again. I just got done with this V2 build. I wanted to make a quick video going over it since this is a very special build for me. This is the very last Generation 4 V2 that we're going to have in stock. At this time, we have no plans on making any more generations of the V2. I'm still very, very proud of what we created. It's been an awesome two and a half years. You guys in the community, the lightsaber community, you guys have been great. I mean, we've sold, I don't even know how many of these now. I think we had almost 200 at some point, but yeah, this is the last Generation 4 that we have in stock. This will be up for sale as soon as the video gets posted on YouTube. I'll post the video on Facebook and maybe in some of the groups too. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So this is the very last Generation 4. I painted it with a 2K enamel paint, so the paint's very, very strong. I did not seal it, but it's 2K paint. You're not going to have an issue with any of the paint coming off or anything like that. I painted my personal V2 with 2K enamel, and it's held up for a really long time. I think I've had it painted with 2K for about a year and a half now, and I've taken it to a bunch of different conventions, and it's been in a bunch of people's hands. People have taken pictures with it. I've never had a problem with the paint coming off, so I chose not to seal this to try to make it a little bit more accurate to the original prop. But yeah, here I'll give you a close-up of it. Now this card is just my practice card for soldering the traces. It's an old card. It will not come with this kit. Neither will the clamp. I believe this is a Roman's clamp. If you would like a clamp, I can order one and have it come, and I can just send it with the kit. But as this sits right now, I'm not going to include it with this kit. If you would like one, just, you know, when you message me about ordering this, just tell me you would like a clamp and a card, and I can order those separate and just include them in your bill. But there's the new square chunk. Now, I did not blacken the booster section as much as mine. I'll show you mine real quick. And you can see how dark mine is. I didn't darken this one as much because I wanted it to be kind of in between how you see it in Return of the Jedi and how you see it now in, you know, that with that one really high resolution photo that we got from, what was it, Pop Culture Quest, from Brandon. So I wanted to keep it a little cleaner, I guess. I did dent the emitter. There we go. Oh. There. I did dent the emitter, but I did not, it's not as, the dents aren't as deep as what mine are. So you can see mine, it looks pretty rippled and pretty gross. I like my V2 just to be as nasty looking as possible. But I did toy with the idea of keeping this just because it is the last one. This is the very first Generation 4, and this is the very last Generation 4. But I have so many V2s in my collection now that I just can't keep all of them. I have the very first V2 I ever made, which I'll pull that down. You can see the difference. I don't have a clamp on it, but you can just kind of see the differences between the very first V2 and the very last V2. The neck especially is really thick. The emitter flange is really thick. So we came a long way when making these things. I think we redesigned them a bunch of different times. I think it was like 4 or 5 different times we redesigned them. And before we settled on the Generation 3, which really, all these Generation 4s, they're Generation 3s that have been upgraded. So You know, you get the upgraded, the pommel cube machining mistake, milling mistake. You do have the upgraded little square chunk that has been, I did kind of like age it and ding it up, kind of just how you see it in the Pop Culture Quest video. But yeah, I just thought I'd make this quick video just going over the very last Generation 4 V2. Kind of sad, but I'm extremely grateful at the same time. I mean, everybody in the groups have been awesome. It's been a great couple years. I've had a lot of fun building these and seeing them be built by other people and installed. There's some crazy installs out there right now, especially the ones with NeoPixels. You know, NeoPixel is probably something I'll never do just because it just seems really complicated and I don't know. I still like the single LED mounted in the emitter up here. But you know, one day I might redo my personal V2 and put a NeoPixel on that. I'm not really sure yet, but yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say about this. Just kind of give you a close-up look at it. I put some gunk and grime in between the rings of the grenade section. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but it is there. It's pretty bright, or not bright, but it's pretty pretty prominent in real life. So like I said, this will be available as soon as this video gets put on YouTube. The price, I think it's going to be $400, and that's, you know, like I said, that's with the 2K paint. The 2K paint's really expensive, so, you know, plus my time. So $400 for this kit. It comes with all the emitters. It comes with the TLJ emitter, you know, the blade, the dueling emitter, the flush display emitter, this display emitter. So, you know, you're getting 4 emitters with this kit. I'll also include, because this is the last one, I'll also include an unweathered, undented display emitter cap. Just in case, you know, somebody doesn't like the dents around it, they want a more cleaner look. I will include that in the kit. But other than that, there is, I did add the brownish, the really dark brown green weird color that I add here. It's, I just found a really cool paint. I mix my paints when I do the necks like this. So I wanted to get, you know, a really good shade of just a grimy brown color. Because that one photo you see, it's really, it almost looks like there's copper paint underneath, and then they painted over it black, and then the black kind of wore off, or something to that effect. I'm not really sure what they did, but I really like that just grimy look, so I include that in all my builds. You can see mine. I've redone mine I don't know how many times. And I think the more times you apply layers on the neck, the better it tends to look. But like I said, I've had mine for, I don't know, there was the first Generation 3. It was the first Generation 4. Everything, every upgrade that I did, I practiced it on my personal one first before I did any of the other ones. So this is the very first V4, or very first Gen 4 V2, the very last Gen 4 V2, and the very, very first V2, RPK V2 that we ever made. So you can see all the generations there. So yeah, I'll be listing this on Facebook. You can send me a message on Facebook, send me a message on Instagram, or send me an email, rpkcustoms@gmail.com. And yeah, if you're interested in this hilt, just reach out to me and we'll get it done. Thanks, guys. See ya.